beginning, Qasr Alhosn was built as a fort to preserve and overwatch fresh water. But many years later, it turned into a palace where Sheikh Shakhbout and his family lived in. Qasr Alhosn is a big part and a very prominent part of Abu Dhabi's history, culture and heritage that narrates a story that tells how life in the past used to be. Good afternoon, Mark.
Hi,
how are you?
Yeah, I'm very good. Welcome to Qasr Alhosn.
Thank you, thank you. We're here standing in front of Qasr Alhosn, this prominent old building that we have here in Abu Dhabi. Let's talk, Mark, about what makes it so special.
Well, it is Abu Dhabi's most significant structure, as you say, Fatima. It's been here for over 250 years, from the first watchtower that was noticed, as oral histories tell us, back in 1760, that then evolved into an inner fort, which we'll see shortly, in 1795. And then the latter era of the palace, which you can see the walls of right behind us here, from 1939 to 1945. So really, this building is the physical timeline of the story of Abu Dhabi and its people.
Amazing. And I know, Mark, that you have something hidden for us. You're going to take us on a tour, show us the palace from the inside. So shall we start?
Let's do that.
Let's do it.
Yes, is this your first time being
Yes,
in
Mark, it is.
Fantastic, really, to step through the doors of history in this
I love the colours here and the writing
over the top of the door.
Wow.
You must come through here as well and see. This is just one of the most fantastic views that there is in Qasr Alhosn, which is where all the layers of history come together, where we've got the original wall of the 1795 era, but now reinstated in the 1980s. We have the outer wall from 1939 to 1945, and the historic watchtower that dates back to 1760 is the anchor point.
I'm very impressed, Mark. I'm out of words. I'm speechless.
And then in here, it's like stepping away from the hubbub of the city. It's like a little tranquil oasis. I must take you over here to show you where the story of Abu Dhabi all began. It was this tower that was first noticed on Abu Dhabi Island in 1760, as oral histories tell us. It may be older than 1760, but that's the only data point that we have, is that oral discussion about it. And this, for us, is the most delicate operation that we have, because we appreciate how much value this one structure has to this place. It is constructed from coral stone in its purest form, and then it's rendered over the top, as we can see here, with the gypsum render from the 1980s era. It's a very strong structure in terms of its positioning within the overall ensemble of the architecture of Qasr Alhosn, and a very defensive tower with these devices that go all the way around the top of the tower to protect the people inside it. And then later on, as it would have in the story of Abu Dhabi, this tower then becomes part of the first inner fort at the time of Sheikh Shakhbout bin Diab in 1793. And then from that, the whole building evolves outside of it in the 1940s.
Alhosn Festival gives the chance to locals, expats and visitors to learn more about Abu Dhabi's history and also enjoy the cultural experience the palace has to offer.
Fatima, let me take you through into this area here, where our artisans are looking for some lost structures at Qasr Alhosn.
Mark, I was wondering what's going on here. What kind of work is still being done?
Is an area from historic photographs we discovered was the Majlis of Sheikh Shakhbout bin Sultan, and we did a survey of this area using a radar, which found that there were structures beneath the ground, or the remains of structures beneath the ground. So our archaeological team, and this is Abdulaziz here, have been finding elements of these past structures. So here we have a column made from coral and sea stone, which was one of the arches of this structure, and where Abdulaziz is now is the actual Sarouj floor of that majlis. And this is very important because a lot of key negotiations were undertaken in this in this location.
Yes.
So we want to be able to uncover this and leave it as an interpretive piece for people to understand the value that lies beneath the ground in this area. So let's go inside the palace, Fatima, and show you some of the ways in which the building was ventilated and the rooms and organisation of the rooms around a cloister from the past. Be careful as you go here. So this is the wall of the palace from the 1939 to 1945 era, and this has still got the cement layer on it at the moment, which we're yet to remove to take it back to its coral stone origins. So this arch here, which is a bargil, the wind would come and hit the arch and disappear down the gap in the wall there into the inside of the building. So I didn't have to have the windows open to be able to capture the breeze. So if I go inside the building, you'll be able to see where that slot is. A slot of lights, which we can see here. So the breeze then comes through in that gap into the building to keep the occupants cool.
Yes. Very, very interesting. And Mark, I can see the ceiling. It's very interesting. And what is it made of?
Yeah, the ceilings in Qasr Alhosn are primarily made from mangrove pole, and the mangrove will only grow to a length of 3.6 metres, which predominantly means that most of the rooms are 3.3 metres wide, because they bear on the walls either side by that remaining 150 millimetres to each side. Then on top of the mangrove we have the arish, on top of that we have hasira, which is made from the palm fronds, and then on top of that we have the sarouge compound to make a composite of the floor, which you can see in this particular sketch here, showing how all that layers of construction are built up to give either a floor or a ceiling.
Mark, I'm out of words and how to thank you for this really informative history lesson that you gave us.
Thank you.
Amazing and impressive work that have been done into the palace, so well done. Thank you so much, and we're very, very proud of it.
Great. Well, I look forward to opening the doors of Qasr Alhosn to you again soon.
Inshallah. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mark.